Hey, what's up, people? This is for Skyrim, aka Ace from ConsoleControllers.com. In this video, I'm going to be going over what could a Skyrim DLC be. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of choices that Bethesda can make, and choosing where could it take place, what types of things is going to be in it. So far, basically, what we've been seeing is signs of. I'm going to go ahead and reference the Game Jam video a lot in this video because it was basically a Skyrim keynote um, from Todd Howard, where he showed a video of the developers. They got together and they pretty much did whatever they wanted for a week and put it in Skyrim. Alright, so I'm going to put the link in the description for that video. But in that video, they showed a couple of things that a lot of people wanted to see in DLC and might eventually see in the DLC. Some of the things already came out just as an update, which was the kill cam with the magic spells, and also you can see a kill cam with bows and arrows with ranged weapons. So with that said, it shows sign and that Bethesda may possibly be coming out with the stuff that they came out with Game Jam. Is it going to be coming out? I don't know, but I actually do think, I strongly think that there is going to be a couple of things that from the Game Jam video making an appearance in the DLC. And I thought to myself the other day once I seen the video again was, hey, maybe the good way, because a lot of people wanted spears in the beginning before the game came out. A lot of people wanted the spears. So I think a good way for them to implement spears into the game is to use those goblins that we seen in the video also, and just have them as creatures. Just have them as random creatures wherever they plan on making the DLC at, and just putting them in the world, in the area, wherever we're going to be at, where we're going to fight, and have them have spears. So it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. It doesn't totally make sense, but it makes more sense than just throwing it right in there without any reference to anything. Just throwing it in there. Hey, you look at go to this cave and you just uncover a spear, a random spear. I think that would be more effective for them to do if they actually do it in context. In that situation, it would be okay. These particular creatures use this type of weapon, so this is why it wasn't in the regular Skyrim when it shipped. I'm talking about spears. So that's something I would like to see. Also, recently they well, they didn't announce, but in the update, this is what I'm reading from the forums. In the update, there were some files from the update that's kind of hidden, but it's there. Some of them are animations, some of them are what people think has to do with quest, but what I think is all of those animations and some of the things were basically, one was vampire feeding, and they showed that in the Game Jam video. They showed you can feed as a vampire, like you can stand up and suck somebody's blood while you're standing, instead of, because the way it is in the game right now, you got to wait until somebody's sleeping, go in crouch mode, and then activate to feed on the person. But in this supposedly, in the animations for this time, it's just you can either stand in front of the person and suck their blood, or you can be behind them and suck their blood. So I'm guessing maybe a weak opponent that's about to die, you can do suck their blood as a finisher move, or maybe it's actually a kill move if you are a vampire. So if you're using the sword, maybe they'll have one of the kill moves that you'll just randomly put down your sword, or just have your sword at your side and suck the person's blood while to finish him off. So that would be a good thing to add into the game, because I personally haven't played a playthrough with a vampire yet. Based off of what I've seen on the vampire, I wasn't too impressed on how the mechanics work in the game. So I think if that's implemented, I would definitely become a vampire, just for that, just for new animations, just something to make me feel more like a vampire. Also, in a video, in a game jam video, and they showed the vampire lord, and basically a vampire lord looks like, I don't, if you guys seen the movie Underworld, it looks like Marcus from Underworld. If you didn't, it's pretty much a man that's very deformed. He looks like kind of like half man, half creature, half bat. Um, but he looks kind of even look like a demon also. So with that said, if they implement vampire lords into Skyrim, I would jump on a playthrough right then and there. Like as soon as I get the DLC, I would create a new playthrough and become a vampire, just for that, because I feel like that's the epitome of being a vampire. You become a vampire, you want to feel powerful, you want to be recognized as a vampire. And yeah, you know, in some cases you can be a vampire and look totally human, you know, you're just regular. But I do want the option to go all beastly on people and just dominate people in the game as a vampire lord. And you know, kind of like, because a lot of people feel like, and I also feel like, that the werewolves in the game are a little bit more overpowered. And that's another thing. I hope they add random werewolves that spawn out in the wilds. But being a werewolf in the game is more overpowered than being a vampire, because you have more abilities. So with that being said, they can kind of balance it out by having the vampire lord, and that would be very nice if you could have a vampire lord versus, you know, a werewolf. But in any case, moving along, some of the other things that they have, well, that I speculate, is that I think they're going to go the Daedra route. And for those of you who don't know, Daedra is pretty much like, it's like the opposite of, it's a god, but it's like the opposite of the good guys. But then they're not necessarily bad too. It's kind of funny, but just picture them as like a godly person, like a god. And in that respect, they all have their own, I think it's like 16 of them. They all have like their own realms, like their planes and stuff like that. So since they all have their own planes and realms, Bethesda likes to go to different ones for DLC. What, based off of what I've seen, or if not, they don't go to a realm. What they'll do is they'll just have the DLC themed after Daedra. So in Morrowind they had the Blood Moon expansion, and you didn't go to one of the Daedra's realm, but he was in there. He was like the main focus. And in that one, you became a werewolf. He's pretty much the father, the maker of werewolves. So in Oblivion, which is the next game after that, in that game, they had the Shivering Owls, and that was an actual plane of Oblivion. And it's pretty much a little world for this Daedra prince, and you know, he has his own thing going on, and you go there, interact with him. Actually, it was more than one Daedra included in that DLC. So I think they'll do the same thing in this one. In Skyrim, the regular Skyrim, without any, you know, anything, any add-ons, any mods, the regular Skyrim doesn't really have that much Daedra in the game. It doesn't, from my knowledge. Yeah, you have Daedra quests, but like the actual creatures that these Daedra create, you don't really see them in the game that much. They're kind of like they took a back seat in this game. So I think they'll definitely focus on that to shed them more light, because they didn't do it as good as they wanted to before. So another thing, I mean, they did have graphical features inside the video, you know, like, you know, better water, better seasonal foliage, meaning that you can see the snow falling, and then it's pretty much a season in the game. You can see snow falling, and then when it becomes summer, the snow dries up, and you see grass and trees flourishing and stuff like that. So it's pretty much the whole process of a season. in the game. Now that type of stuff, I don't think it's going to be in the DLC. I think if anything, it's going to be in an update. Um, but it's possible that it will be in the DLC and they may include it. Some other stuff was what they always do is they add more creatures. Um, if it's not in a brand new place, like let's say it's not in Skyrim, it's in a totally different place, then what they'll do is probably, at least what I'm thinking is, they'll add creatures, they'll add new dungeons, quests. All of this stuff is like pretty much the norm. So with that, um, a lot of people were speculating that it may be snow elves because they seen some animations in those files that they uncovered, and they seen snow elves part of those files. The name snow elves. So it seems, the way it seems, if it's in the files, if Bethesda did officially put it in there as like, you know, a prerequisite before the DLC came out, then I actually think that that's going to be in the DLC. So it may be in a snowy region. I think it's going to be in the island, because above, like to the north of Skyrim, there's just a huge sea. So I think it may be an island to the north of Skyrim, where you have snow elves that was forgotten or something like that. That has to do with Daedra, and it has, you know, a whole different world going on over there on the island. So I think that would be cool. Some other ideas which I thought that they can do or they should do, and which they showed in the video, was lycanthropy perk tree, and which is basically, if you're a werewolf, you can have your own perk tree. So you can, if you are a werewolf, you can make him stronger. You can give him upgrades throughout being a werewolf. It's not just you're a werewolf and this is what you are and that's it. No, if they add a perk tree, you can have special powers. You can make yourself stronger. Different, you know, different things to make you feel better and feel like you're progressing. So that's something that I would like to see. Also, I think they should actually add a vampire. If they do the werewolf, the lycanthropy, they should do for vampire, a perk tree for vampires, and also have special powers and stuff like that to make you feel better. So with that, you got new dungeons, new areas and stuff like that, but for the most part, I think that's pretty much what the DLC will entail. The basic norm, some stuff I hope that could have been in there, and I would like to see what you guys want or what you guys think would be in the DLC, because I know it's going to a lot of ideas lingering around there, and I personally think that they're going to be releasing some information pretty soon on DLC. Right now it's not May yet, but it's about to be May in a couple of days. So a month from May, you're going to get E3, which is in June. I think June 7th or something like that. So I think at the latest we will get information at E3 from Bethesda. Bethesda likes to go ahead and do something. I'm talking about Bethesda Game Studios. They like to do something at E3. So let's say they're not ready to announce their next game. They may show DLC. I think the next best thing is to show DLC from a standpoint of promotion. You know, E3 is a big event, and a lot of developers like to promote whatever they're working on, and that will be it just, to me, if they ignore E3, that would be a bad business move as far as advertisement, because if you don't show your face and you don't show what you're working on, then people won't get excited, or people won't know you know, that you're coming out with something for something that big. So in any case, like I say, drop your comments down below and on YouTube, and you know, just anywhere, wherever I may post this this video at, because I really want to see what you guys think or what you guys want to be in DLC, and I'm pretty excited. I hope you are too. So with that, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.